Hello, everyone. We're going to start our geography for this half term this afternoon. You might remember that in September and October, we did quite a lot of geography work, didn't we? And we learned about rural areas, we learned about urban areas, we discussed physical features of different places and human features of different places. And then we looked at Wythenshawe, we looked at Manchester, and we looked at London. This half term, we're going to carry on thinking about the United Kingdom, but this half term, we're going to talk about the different types of land that are around the United Kingdom. So where I'm from, in Liverpool, it's near the sea, and there's a beach there, and there's some woods. In Wythenshawe, there's not a sea, but there's a canal nearby. There's some hills nearby and there's some fields nearby. So there's different types of land in different places around the United Kingdom. Okay. The first thing we're going to look at is a map of the United Kingdom. So if you look at the United Kingdom on the world map, it's actually really small, but it's quite a big place still. And the United Kingdom, when you're looking at a map of the UK, we're actually looking at 4 different countries that are all right next to each other. There's one at the top. There's one in the middle. This bit that sticks out is quite a small country that's attached. And then even though it's across the sea, this country here is part of the United Kingdom as well. So my first question is, can you name any of them? So we're looking for 4 answers. Can you name any of the countries in the United Kingdom? I want you to pause the video for 20 seconds and have a little think. Okay, did you get any? You live in one of them, so I hope everyone's got at least one, and absolutely loads of people have been to the second one. So let's have a look. So when we look at the United Kingdom, just going to go down a little bit. We're in England. Hopefully you all got England because we live there. So all of this bit is England. This bit that sticks out at the bottom is England. And England goes up to, can you see this little wiggly line here? England goes up to about there. And you can see my arrow there that Manchester is around here somewhere. Okay. Above England, but attached, you don't have to go across the sea to get to this country, but above England at the top is Scotland. You can drive there, you could get the train because this line here, it's not the sea or anything, you can just walk, you walk there if you wanted to. And then next to England, in the west, we've got Wales. And actually you can see there's Manchester there. We're actually quite close to Wales, it only takes about an hour to get to Wales. Okay, and then across the sea, there's a bit of sea in between England and Ireland. This is called the Irish Sea because it's next to Ireland. And Northern Ireland is part of the United Kingdom. The rest of Ireland is not, okay? We don't include that when we talk about the United Kingdom. We're talking about England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. And actually someone in my year 2 class last year gave me something that helped remember them. Now this reminds me of north, east, west, and south, but it also reminds me of Northern Ireland, England, Wales, and Scotland. So news can help us remember Northern Ireland, England, Wales, and Scotland. So that might help you remember them. Okay, but we're in England. Okay, so we're going to talk about the different types of land in the United Kingdom, okay? And here's some vocabulary that we're going to need today. We're going to need, and you might know some of these already, or you might not, and that's okay, because we're going to talk about what they all mean. We're going to talk about beach, coast, cliff, valley, mountain, forest, hill, and lake. I'm sure you know what a few of those things mean, but there might be 1 or 2 there you think, oh, I don't know what that is. We're going to learn about all these things today, okay? So, like I said, the United Kingdom is quite a small country. compared to other countries like Russia or America or Brazil. They're huge, but we still have quite a lot of different types of land, like I said before. So I want you to look at the pictures and just tell me what you think you can see here. There might be more than one answer in one picture. So like this picture here, I think there's like 4 answers. Okay, so maybe pause the video for just 10 seconds. Have a think, what can you see here? Okay, so I bet all of you said beach. Yeah, we can see a sandy beach here. Sometimes beaches are like rocky beaches or pebbly beaches. This is a sandy beach. We can also see the sea. Obviously, the water is the sea. Can you see here? Can you see how the land, it kind of drops down quite quickly? I wouldn't want to stand at the top of this kind of hill here and fall because it's all rocky. That's called a cliff. So when the land drops off quite suddenly, we call that a cliff, okay? It doesn't, not a gentle hill, is it? Couldn't walk down it. So got a bit of a cliff. And at the moment, the cliff drops down onto the sand below, but actually when the sea comes in, it would go straight into the water, wouldn't it? Okay. And all of this picture is the coast. And that's a really important word today, coast. Coast. It's got 4 sounds in it, coast. Because the coast is anywhere where the land meets the sea. Okay. So it could be a beach, could be a cliff, but anywhere where the land meets the sea, we call it the coast. So obviously, if we go back to our picture of the United Kingdom, all of the edge of this would be the coast. So Liverpool, where I come from, is about here. So I am from the coast. We're not. We're in the middle, so we're not near the coast. Bet you've all been to Blackpool. Quite a lot of you have been to Blackpool. Blackpool's around here somewhere. That's on the coast because it's next to the sea. All right. Okay, what about this picture? What can we see? What types of land can we see here? So most of this picture is a forest. This is actually a forest I went to in the summer. It's called the Forest of Dean. It's quite far down south in England, quite near Wales, actually, near the bottom of Wales. And a forest is just a huge area which is mainly filled with trees. That's all a forest is. This forest has got a river running through it as well. But a forest is just a large area of land that is mainly filled with trees. That's all a forest is, okay? What about this picture here? Okay, I bet a lot of you said maybe hill. Yeah, we can see a hill here, but actually this is a mountain. I don't know what the difference between a hill and a mountain is. The only difference really is that a mountain is going to be much bigger and usually it would be much steeper. So a hill, you know, we could walk up a hill, you know, you could walk up a hill and you could walk down a hill. A mountain is something which is much steeper. So to get up it, you'd probably have to do some climbing rather than just being able to walk up. That's the main difference between a mountain and a hill. And actually you might notice as well, there's a little stream. There's quite often streams next to mountains. I want you to pause the video and think why. Why is there quite often a stream or a river next to a mountain? So the mountain or a hill, if it rains, all the water doesn't stay at the top, it runs down. So at the bottom of the mountain, all the water that comes down the mountain ends up all collecting together. And we might get a stream, a river, or maybe even a little pond or a lake, okay? So we've got a mountain. Okay, what about this one? We've already kind of talked about something a little bit like this, but we've got land and we're next to the sea, which means we're on the coast, yeah. But also the sea, this is really important. So sea meets land, but it's not surrounded by land. Like we can see in the distance here that the sea just goes on and on and on and on. we'd have to go a really, really long way to get to a different country. If we left the coast of England and on a boat, then it would take us a long, long time to get to Ireland, which is the next one. Okay, so we've got quite a distance, and it's not surrounded by land, is it? We've just got the land, and then the sea just goes on and on and on. Okay. All right, what about this one? This is a bit of a trickier one, this, I think. What can you see in this picture? Pause the video and have a good think. So you might have said hill. That would be okay. Yeah, we can see that there's a kind of hill on this side going like that, isn't there? And there's a hill on the other side going like that. And you might have said that there's a stream in the middle, or maybe a river, which is what we said before. If we've got a hill or a mountain, just like we said before, all that water is running in the middle of it because it's all at the bottom. But what letter does it look like they're making? Yeah, it's making a V, isn't it? It's making a V for which word began with a V? V, valley. So a valley is a low area of land between two hills or mountains. That's what a valley is. So quite often we'd have a mountain and a mountain, but in between we'd have a valley, and quite often there'd be a river or a stream in the middle, yeah? Okay. Now, what about this one? Now, remember before I said that the sea is next to the land, but it's not surrounded by land. We can see on this picture that this area of water is surrounded by land. Okay, we've got land at the end, we've got land down the sides as well, and the picture stops, but there's land here as well. What can we see in the middle here? We've got islands in the middle, haven't we? This is a lake, okay? The sea, the water is salty in the sea, it's salt water. In a lake, it's fresh water. If it was clean enough at the bottom, we could drink it, okay? Probably wouldn't drink it because there's probably mud and stuff in it, but it's fresh water. You wouldn't want to drink the water from the sea. That wouldn't make us very well. But this is fresh water like you'd find in a river or a stream. And the difference between a sea and a lake is that the sea, and like I said before, it's not surrounded by land, but a lake is surrounded. It's got like almost like walls, hasn't it? Yeah. So that's the difference between the sea and a lake. So this is a lake, okay? Your worksheet today, I tried to make it quite easy because I know you're at home and I know it's a little bit difficult. So I've tried to make what you need to do quite easy today. But these words and the definitions underneath are actually really important, okay? All you need to do, all your task is today, is join the words and the definitions to the pictures of the different types of land, okay? So hopefully your work will look something like this. I'm not going to do the right answers, am I? I'm going to do the wrong answers, but I'm just going to show you what you need to do. So if you think this is a mountain, then you'd do something like that. Valley, oh, I think he said something about mountains, didn't he? So I reckon that's a mountain. And sea, a large mass of salt water which meets the land. That looks like the sea. I've not done that right, but all you need to do is, hold on, let me just get rid of them. All you need to do today is join up the pictures to the words and the definitions as well. But when you do it, I want you to read the definitions because they're going to be really important for the next few weeks, that we know what a valley, a mountain, a lake, the sea, the coast, and a forest are. They're going to be really important for next week and the week after. Okay? So have a go and send me either a picture or send me your worksheet back with your drawings on it. Okay? Off you go. See you later, guys. Bye.